All right, I'm gonna look at these patch notes now. What do I want to see? I want to see less CC across the board. I don't think Rivals is gonna do that. I don't think they realize how much of a problem it is in this game just yet. Although a lot of people have kind of complained about it. The complaints about CC are not front and center. The complaints right now are more so about like supports being a little bit too OP and overkitted and all that kind of stuff. So I know that they're not going to remove Invis Shield, even though, in my opinion, Invis Shield kind of just fully just destroys game design. Like, there's no window to punish an Invis as long as she has a self shield. There's a lot of things I want to see, but whatever. We're gonna start off with Angela here. Reduce her shield from 350 to 300. That doesn't really do much, because her engage when she goes in, she's not using a shield to engage. She's using a shield to disengage or to get caught out whenever she makes a mistake. So I guess you're more likely to break her shield when she's already in the middle of a mistake. So that's not really gonna do much. Captain America. Reduce vibranium energy saw cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds. I think that's the one where he throws the shield. I don't know. I wish they would be a little bit more simple on that, but whatever. A cap buff. We didn't really see too much cap this season, and I don't think this breaks him. So, yeah, I think it should be fine. Doctor Strange. Increase the Maelstrom of Madness conversion ratio dark magic from 1.2 to 1.3. Okay, so it takes a little bit longer to get to 100 charge. New effect, recasting during use now interrupts the ability, preserves current movement speed, and allows the new movement input to change trajectory. Recasting during use now interrupts the ability, preserves current move. Okay, so you get a movement speed. Yeah, so the thing with his levitation is that it was only a vertical mobility. So I guess now you can convert that to horizontal mobility, and allows for new movement input to change trajectory. Huh. Yeah, so I guess it's just a little bit of... So if you get pinned by like an Angela or a Wolf, you don't just have to move up. You can also move horizontally, backwards, forward. I'm assuming. I'd have to see how that works in game, but that's good. That's good. A little bit more survivability there. Emma Frost. Increase energy gain from 10 to 12 seconds to 12 energy per second. Sentient hits from 15 to 18 per second. Shields from 5 to 6 per second. No! No! I think she was completely balanced the way that she was already. So giving her letting her ramp up her energy faster is just kind of stupid. Just an unnecessary buff. I don't see why. I understand the other tanks were overperforming, but like Emma did not need a compensation buff. Her kit is already too... I don't know how to, it's her kit's already too good, right? So you just adjusting the numbers here, it just wasn't necessary, but whatever, I guess. Hulk, stronger than ever. Hulk survivability and threat level goes, gets a gamma boost. Increased leap minimum charge time from 0.5 to 0.4. So he's going to be jumping way more often, from 2 to 1.7. Hulk form, reduced gamma burst cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds in hero Hulk form. And increases projectile damage from 70 to 75. So that's when he's Bruce. Yeah, so when he's Bruce, his little grenade gets a cooldown buff, and his projectile gets a cooldown buff. Okay, so that just means that you're able to get into Hulk form a little bit faster once you get demeched. So, okay. In Monster Hulk form, Hulk is now immune to launch and knockback effects. Oh, boy. Okay. I understand why, but he kind of needed it. I mean, he needs to be weak to something, right? So making him CC immune just kind of deletes his weakness. I'll have to see how that works in game, but whatever. I mean, huge hitbox, so he's still like ridiculously easy to hit, but now that you can't CC him, oh boy. Okay. We'll have to see, but that's a really big Hulk buff right there. All right. Duelist. All right, so that's it for tanks. That's okay. I don't think I needed to see any other buffs or nerfs. So yeah, let's go. BP. Wakanda Forever. Panthers offense and defense are slightly up. Increased spear toss damage. Gain 50% damage reduction during during his ultimate startup animation. Okay. Yeah, you know what? During the damage reduction during his ult, I kind of see why it was necessary, but like, if you're a good Black Panther, you're just zipping left and right, and you're probably not. They might catch you during your ult, but it's more. I haven't really seen too many Black Panthers get their ults canceled unless they're like in a really bad position. So this just kind of forgives bad positioning even more. So again, Rivals is reducing the skill ceiling on these characters with their buffs. Oh boy. All right. Blade. Okay, before I even read that, Blade, I like playing Blade. He's like my most played DPS. I have like 60 hours on him already. And in game modes where he's good, he's very, 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 very tanky. When they buffed his healing reduction from 35 to 25 and buffed his damage, it made it so that if you're cleaving like two people at the same time, you're probably gonna win that most of the time, unless it's like a Bucky or like I don't know something with like really really high burst damage up close, Punisher shotgun, things like that. But most characters don't really have that, or if they do, you have to be really precise, like Phoenix or Hela. So it kind of depends. So if they buff his survivability up close, like if they increase his damage even more, or if they keep reducing his self damage, his self healing reduction, that might make him a little bit too broken. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Choose your weapon wisely. When wielding the shotgun, new dash effect slows enemies for 40% for 1.5 seconds. Increase second hit damage from 20 to 50. Okay, good. Good. It's still kind of dumb when wielding. Okay, because when you want to fight someone up close, you're not taking out your shotgun, you're taking out your blade. So if you're dashing to somebody with the shotgun, it's because you really really want to commit to that anti-heal. But I don't know, I feel like you don't really do that often. So adding a CC to that is just kind of dumb in my opinion. But the extra damage from that, I can kind of see where they're going. All right, when wielding Ancestral Sword now has a new effect. Remove slow effect and now applies the 8%. Oh, healing reduction per strike, 32 in total. If all hit for 3 seconds. Okay. Reduce damage from 15 to 8 per hit. Okay. That's good. So they pretty much switched the effects now so that when you hit somebody with your gun, it slows, and when you hit somebody with your blade, it antis. So that's perfect. That's great. That's what we want. But you have to hit them. It looks like you have to hit them with the dash. So you can't just like be in there at 10 stacks all the time and permanently anti-heal. You do have to weave in a dash here and there. Okay. Reduce pellet fired per round from 12 to 10. Damage fall off now starts at 15. Was 20. At 30 damage drops 50%. It was 40. Okay, so still weird. So they're just shifting his power around here a little bit, but now you're actually going to be able to anti-heal a lot more often. Now that it's tied to your blade form and not your shotgun. Well, I guess it's tied to both. So you can either, this is kind of what I suggested in the video earlier, like either do a smaller heal reduction on the blade, or the heavier heal reduction on the gun. So this is good. I think this is where Blade should be. I think this shifts his power pretty well. Daredevil gets a little less punishing. Reduce Devil's Change high damage range damage from 80 to 75. That doesn't do anything. Reduce Devil's Throw single projectile damage from 32.5 to 30. Total from 65 to 60. Doesn't do anything. Reduce Furies gained when grappling to a surface from 2 to 1. Okay, that does a little bit, but that's not the. Dude, are you dumb? That wasn't his problem. I mean, sure, now he can't one-shot as often, but it's his survivability, bro. Like, how do they not know this? This is this doesn't do shit. Okay, so you're just gonna have to hitting more combos a little bit more often. Cool, great, but like, it doesn't, you're still getting bonus health from it. Maybe you're getting 5 less, 10 less or something, but like they didn't reduce the cap of his bonus health. You can still have up to 450 or 425 or something like that. So, and you're still gaining the same amount of furies when landing hits. The grapple is the only one that gets less furies, but like, if anything, you were doing that like in between fights. Let's say you ended a fight with only 1 fury or 0 furies. You would grapple the ground, and normally by the time the fight started, you'd have the grapple back to get out. But this doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. His problem was his survivability. You could never kill him. So good job, Netties. You don't play your own game or something? Like what? Okay, Iron Fist. Increase Jeet, Kun, do fourth strike damage from 30 to 35. Okay, so that's just his primary fire combo. Increase Dragon's defense maximum duration from 1 to... Oh, no, 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 dude. Increase his 360-degree invincibility and CC immunity from 1 second to 1.2 seconds. How does that sound? Does that sound better? Okay, all right, you know what? Oh, whatever, I guess, man. Iron Fist is at least a little bit more punishable, but whatever. They just buffed his more bullshit ability. Namor, more power in his base form, but his team up is toned down. Reduced aquatic dominion time from single charge from 12 seconds to 10. Okay, that's good. So that means squids more often. Increased default monster spawn health from 100 to 125 and damage from 17 to 18. Okay, that's good. Increase enhanced monster spawn damage from 11 to 12. Okay, that's good. So that means that his base damage is just increased all the way around. Okay, so squids more often and they do more damage. I'm cool with that. Is that all I wanted to see? Yeah, the Daredevil nerf just did nothing. That like this. Oh my god, I cannot believe how tone deaf they are with that. There's no way that they nerf Daredevil's damage and not his survivability. You needed to nerf how often he got his furies, and you needed to nerf his overhealth. It was one or the other. Nerfing his damage just doesn't matter because he's just in there all the time. If he does less damage, but he's still on the backline for 10 fucking seconds, like he's still gonna kill him. Like it doesn't. It just whatever. All right, so let's. Oh wow, so no Helen nerfs, no Phoenix nerfs, no Bucky nerfs, no Star-Lord nerfs, none of that stuff. Okay. All right. Psylocke nerfs either, so that's crazy. Strategist, Cloak and Dagger, Ty and Sport are getting a shakeup. Reduced Dagger Storm healing from 55 to 45 per second. Okay. New effect, when a spell field is created, all in range get a one-time healing of 60. Okay. Veil of Force, Light Force, and Terror Cape adjustments. These two abilities now share a charge, capped out at 2, each taking 12 seconds to recharge. After using both abilities enter a 2-second cooldown. Okay, so that just means that you get 2 charges for each. So now you can either like really heal bot or you can really DPS. So if your tank is taking a bunch of damage and you miss the first veil, you can still use the second veil. I don't imagine that the healing reductions and the damage vulnerabilities would stack. I think it's just meant for you to use it more often, to be able to heal more often. That spell field, get a one-time healing of 60. I don't know, man. That it kind of feels like that's kind of what the whole point of the Veil of Light Force was, right? Like if you really wanted to give somebody like a burst of healing, you would hit them with the healing boost first, and so that kind of whatever. All right, whatever. It's not like we saw a bunch of Cloak anyway. Her healing is good, and now it's just gonna make it better. But whatever. We'll see. Gambit, King of Cards, takes a hit to his healing and his ultimate. Reduce big easy impact healing amount per explosion from 25 to 15. Oh wow. So I think that's his dash. So that's like if he dashes into somebody, now it does up to 45 healing instead of 75. Okay. All right. Reduce Raging Royal Flush healing from 75 to 55 per second. Whoa. Okay, that's quite a nerf. Bridge boost bounces on a single target and are now set to a maximum of 2. All right. So you're gonna have to be real careful where you do your healing boost. And they didn't nerf his ultimate. They didn't nerf his ultimate. Um, they needed to nerf the duration of his ultimate, and they needed to reduce or they needed to just take out the healing. Sorry, the ultimate charge boost, because that's everything that made Gambit abusable is still abusable. Now it's just it takes longer for him to build ult, and his ult does a little bit less healing. Like, okay, I'm still gonna get ult really fast. I'm still gonna jump really high. It's still like unkiteable. It still lasts fucking 8 to 10 seconds or something like that. Something crazy. Like it needs to be like 6 seconds, and the ult charge rate can't be as high as it is right now. I mean, this nerfed the wrong things in my opinion. I mean, it is going to be noticeable. It is going to be noticeable for sure, but the most obnoxious part of his kit was his ultimate. So his base kit is okay. I feel like his base healing was fine. His burst healing was okay too. But it was really the ultimate that, in my opinion, was the big problem. But all right, Invis, please, bro. I've been calling for Invis nerfs for like the past 3 months, dude. I've been seeing the creep of Invis ever since Angela came out, and it's just been so annoying. So let's see what they do. Please remove the slow. Please remove her self shield. I know they're not gonna do it, but okay. Let's see. Sue Storm is less unbreakable, and her protection is a little less potent. Reduce Guardian shield value from 250 to 200. Okay. Reduce shield restoration rate from 25, from 42 to 34%. Total time unchanged. Okay. And then reduce Guardian shield healing to invis from 50 to 25 per second. Okay. So that's good, I guess, but like, okay, so why? Okay, so it's good that she has less shield value and that it heals her for less, because when she's getting dove now, she's less reliant on that shield. So that's good, but she just shouldn't have a shield. So it kind of doesn't matter, right? Because you can still like stand completely still, use all of your cooldowns, and block a Magneto ultimate by standing completely fucking still, right? It'll still block a bunch of burst damage. So she just shouldn't have the shield. I don't know what they were thinking. They need to take out the shield. So okay, this is good. It's a good nerf, but she still has way too much CC. Her push and pull still is 35 meters when it should be fucking 25. Her shield still has the slow when it shouldn't. Like, she still has too much CC. There's still like way too much to nerf on this character. But this is good. But the shield wouldn't be a problem if she just didn't have the self shield. It wasn't too big of an issue when she could put it on her teammates. But now that she has it on herself, now it's like all these other nerfs are necessary, but it's like these nerfs wouldn't be necessary if she just didn't have the stupid self shield. Then you can nerf the rest of her kit, which is just, way too much CC. But all right. Well, any Invis nerfs are welcome, but she still needs more, in my opinion. All right, Rocket, let's see. On a bit of a slowdown, reduce movement speed during wild crawl from 10 to 8. Okay, so that means when he's just being a little rat on the wall, he'll be a little bit easier to shoot. Okay, all right, I'm cool with that, and that's it. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I would have appreciated maybe like a little Mantis buff, maybe a Adam, his soul bond reduced at a 35-second, please. Please, bro, if Invis can have a self shield, Adam could have a 35-second or even a 30-second, soul bond. Like, please. So, oh my god. Anyways, team up, balance changes, deep breath, no more tidal waves of pain. Increased tidal dirge cooldown from 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, it was kind of coming up a little bit too often. Reduced undead monstro damage from 12 to 10. Sorry. Reduce Berserker State Undead Monster from 7 to 6. Okay, so they just nerfed the damage, but his slow and the anti-heal, yeah, that's what I think is more important, the slow and the anti-heal on his on his team up because you could combo that. Like if you were flanking Namor, you put your two squids in the back line. You hit somebody with the team up, and then you hit him with the R2 or left click or whatever you're on, and that pretty much deleted somebody. So that's still possible. And it's more difficult for them to move out of the way because of the slow. So okay, that's okay. Vibrant Vitality. Loki's blessing is less overwhelming. Reduce relic blessing ally damage boost from 25 to 15%. Look, I don't think that was really that broken. Um, I barely saw this team up anyway. Groot and Loki and Mantis. I didn't see why this needed to be nerfed, but okay, whatever. I guess it's kind of whatever's adjustments or removed. Ever burning bond. Yeah, there we go. Spider-Man. Okay, Rocket. Yeah, thank you for removing that Penny team up. Oh my goodness, that was so overpowered. It was just so difficult to destroy, man. Like even if you would take angles, there were just certain characters that you would just not be able to do anything with. So yeah, I think this is a huge Penny nerf. And then there's just all these game modes that I kind of don't really care about. And then there's the new team up that we kind of already saw. So, oh wait, as a team up anchor, he gains all those boosts. Jeff gains, yeah, all that stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so there's the nerfs overall. Man, Daredevil, he still that they did nothing to him. Invis still needs more nerfs. Just take away her self shield, but yeah, overall, I like what they did with Blade. I'm interested in what the Doctor Strange team changes look like. Angela nerf does nothing. Um, and then Emma Frost buffs are just stupid. All right. Anyways, all right, bye guys. Hope you guys have a good day.